Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, we're here continuing our journey with The Batman. This is The Batman, Season 1, Episode 4. Love this title, The Cat and the Bat. Based off that title, it's very obvious. Man-Bat is coming to the show. Kidding, I know. Catwoman. This is pretty exciting. Now, I have seen a brief glimpse of her in the intro of the show, so I do kind of know the design of Catwoman, but what I'm really interested to see is the dynamic of what they're going to do with Bruce and Selina in this episode. I'm really curious about that. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised to bring her in this early, but at the same time, seeing her in the intro, I'm like, well, she must be within Season 1, I would assume, and so here we are with the Cat and the Bat. And I remember the marketing for the Batman the movie. They put out a trailer called The Cat and the Bat, or was it The Bat and the Cat? Regardless, they had a very similar, I think it might have been the exact same title for one of the trailers for the Batman film. So this is pretty exciting. I'm excited for this. I've been enjoying the show so far. I really have. Like, I've really been enjoying the differences in terms of what I'm used to seeing in terms of like Batman the animated series from the 90s, and seeing what they've kind of incorporated, like some of the stuff that look familiar, but also the major changes, the major shifts, and the character designs. It's really intriguing to me. I mean, last episode we had Bane. That was a really weird design, but he turns into, you know, like the Red Hulk, or people referencing the forearms from Ben 10. When I'm currently watching that show as well on the channel Ben 10. So it's really interesting to see the different changes there as well. And of course, we had Batbot, the giant armored thing, fighting Bane in the last episode. So a lot of crazy stuff happening, a lot of differences, and I'm really enjoying the journey, and I can't wait to see what they do here, guys. So here, guys, Episode 4 of Season 1 of The Batman. The Cat, almost said the Bat. The Cat and the Bat. Okay, let's go. About to say, yeah, it's like, there she is. Of course. All the lasers, all the lasers. Of course. It seems like it's a trope. We always have to see her jump through the red lasers. Uh-oh. You screwed up.
The same Hideo Katsu the Batman has been observing of late.
The same
Oh.
one I've been investigating without success. So far.
Costumed Catwoman.
Costume Catwoman. Okay, is that where the name comes from?
However, it's too early to rule out any possible links between the cat and the bat.
The Cat and the Bat. Right away, get to the title.
Find this Catwoman.
Find this Catwoman. That's how she got the name, through the news. Oh. Kitties!
I missed
About to say, you have a lot of cats, don't you?
Mom missed it by a whisker.
By a whisker. Good wording.
At least my adrenaline rushed.
That bat wave.
All units, disturbance at 121 Simonson.
So where?
Hello, good looking.
Hello.
Nice job. Really sets off your chin.
Yeah, you better run. He's gonna get you, maybe. You didn't lose him.
Stop playing hard.
Exactly, you didn't lose him.
And give up the thrill of the chase.
Oh, trick. Careful. Oh, come on. That's no fun. That's not fair. About to say, that's an interesting little device. Oh. Now we must fight. Oh, shit. Ah. That had to hurt. But I say, she didn't take his cow. What'd she take? Took his utility belt. That's terrible. Come on.
Utility belt.
Yep. Ain't working. Sorry, can't use uh-oh.
Must increase security.
That's a big fish tank.
She is foolish enough to return. This feline fatale is certainly
Feline
proving to be a sly one.
Yeah.
Need to track
Yeah.
that cat before she puts my utility belt to no good use.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. You gotta fight the Batbot? The fuck? What in the hell? Oh my god. She's just messing with it. Oh my god. Okay, if he actually got hit by that, I think it would kill him. Just to be fair. She actually got... Oh no, now. Oh no, it got worse.
Quick, disconnect the...
That's pretty cool. Okay. Alright. At least this is not being affected. Oh my god. It's running into shit. Good landing. How are you going to stop the vehicle, though? What are you going to do? Oh my god, that was dumb. Because it could crash like horribly and he could die. Oh my god. Ramp. Oh shit. This is crazy. Hit the, oh my god. Is the bike okay? Jesus, dude. Oh boy. After all that mayhem and shit, now she figured it out.
Enjoy your drive, sir.
No. Twist of turns.
Took my remote control batarang.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a way to trace
Yeah.
the signal back to it.
I really thought you would have done that earlier, but I guess all the mayhem and shit. Round 2. Let's try this again. And wait, why is there nobody in the room with it? You know what I'm saying?
The cat returns to Katsu. How poetic.
Ooh. Mmm.
If you inform me
Oh boy.
which family sent you to steal my lion,
No family did.
to make your comeuppance.
Keep it.
It is said cats have 9 lives.
I mean, yes, but not her.
Time's over.
10 times over, Jesus.
You have something of mine.
That's the only reason why he's there. He's not there to save you.
She pilfered from you. The lady leaves with me.
Yeah, even though she stole the utility belt, he won't let them kill her.
There is no way.
That's not what they think.
Damn. Yeah, you're not gonna... No. Yeah, she's just trying to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Leaving him behind. Oh. Whoa. Slow-mo. Kinda. So what you gonna do? What's the plan? How you gonna get out of this? Uh-oh. Okay. Smart. Oh. Oh! Okay, you made the right choice. Okay.
I think I broke it.
Oh, what the hell?
A mini disc.
Too bad about the statue.
Hmm.
We have so much in common.
Less than you think.
That's not what they think.
That's right. That's not what they think.
You got your belt. It's clear now that they worked together to take down Katsu.
Yeah,
As a
they
vigilante.
had to in that instance.
Not quite what I had in mind.
The Cat and the Bat. This was a really, really fun episode. I had a great time watching this. There's a lot of things to talk about, but first I want to mention kind of like Catwoman's catchphrase, because she said it twice in 2 different ways. That's not what they think, because the Dragon's Fang were going after them, and Batman says to her, there's no we here. And she's like, that's not what they think. And when the cops showed up and they were discussing all that, and he's like, well, we're not a team. We're not we're not partnering up. It's like, that's not what they think. It's like point. Because there's a lot of stuff being said on the news that kind of just became fact in a sense, because the opening of the episode, which in tradition for Catwoman fashion, they open up with her trying to steal this very important like statue. It turns out it's not the statue, it's actually what's within the statue, the little disc. We find out later. But she goes and there's all these red lasers, and it's like it's a typical trope that Catwoman has to jump through and go through all these different lasers and stuff. She fails and she runs out, and then on the news they're talking about how the fact that there was a break-in, and it turns out Bruce is investigating the guy whose place got like broken into by Catwoman, and he's said it's been unsuccessful. Like, he can't get all the information, I guess, to take down, because really this is a bad guy. The organization he's running, all that kind of stuff. So that's interesting. But also in the news, like, so there's a masked cat woman, like a woman, like a woman dressed like a cat woman. And like, okay, so that's the name. That's how she gets her name, Catwoman, because it's said in the news in that fashion. And they go to, and they asked, what was her name? I keep forgetting her freaking name. I'm gonna have to look it up here. I hate the fact that I don't have this name memorized yet. I finally found it. Detective Yen, voiced by, of course, Ming-Na Wen. But Detective Yen being asked, is there any, like, connection to Catwoman and Batman? And she's like, well, we can't rule anything out, but I mean, they both have similar things in terms of dressing up as these vigilantes or whatever. So it's like, okay, no, there's no connection like that. And so she's like, Selina goes to her apartment, there's like, I think there's 3 cats or whatever. I thought there'd be like more cats, but anyways, there's a paper, because like, of course the news is reporting on the Catwoman and this Batman, that they're making the connection. Are they connected? And then so she trips a silent alarm at this apartment or some sort of building to get Bruce's attention. And what ensues after this little brawl is fucking bonkers, but we'll get to that in a second. So they go through this little chase. I thought it was really cool. She's like, she's playing with him, you know what I'm saying? And so he's, you know, getting stopped and everything, and then she sees the utility belt because they slam, a huge fall, and he slams on like a water tower or something, and it must have broke some sort of mechanism, because apparently the utility belt is designed to not come off of his suit. It's not supposed to be removed. She takes it, and the way it looked like she was grabbing for his cowl. I'm thinking she didn't unmask him, because I think if she would have unmasked him at that moment, she would have went, Bruce Wayne, because people know him. Like, people recognize Bruce Wayne, so I think she would have recognized him. So she didn't do that, though. She took the utility belt, because she saw the little device he was using, because when he got trapped for those, like, cylinder or containers or whatever thing that she, like, knocked over the little hole so he couldn't get out, he threw that little remote batarang. He was using a little thing, like, it's like the front-facing plate of the utility belt. It's like a camera, and he can control this remote batarang. So she takes the utility belt because she's going to use that. She's like, well, pretty interesting toy. So she goes back to her house. And I'm thinking Bruce, which he does this later, he then tracks the utility belt and tracks the device, or the remote batarang. I can't even fucking talk today. My God, what's wrong with me? But anyways, he tracks it later. I thought he would have done this as soon as it got stolen, the utility belt, but no, he waits. So what ensues is some bonker shit. So she's toying around, and there's a, security alarm or whatever, some sort of security within the device of the utility belt, which makes a lot of sense. Like, no one's just gonna grab it and start messing with it. So she starts toying around, and she causes the Batbot to go crazy and starts destroying shit within the Batcave. And at points, it's punching at Bruce. If it would have hit Bruce, he probably would have died. I'm assuming he would, maybe not instantly, but he would have died from internal injuries or something. It was horrible. And he's like yelling at Alfred, shut this down. He's like, sir, I think this is what you're talking about, and I can't shut it down. And then miraculously, she shuts it off without even realizing it. She's messing around trying to figure out, and she's actually controlling the Batbot. Then she controls the freaking Batmobile. And then he goes on a tear through Gotham. He has to get the Bat pod, or is it usually called a Bat pod when it's a Bat bike? Anyways, I don't think he's driven that before on the show. Has he yet? I'm trying to remember. But he drives alongside. I'm like, how is he gonna, what is he gonna do? Like, exactly. So he jumps on top of the car. It's going all over the place and shit. He has to cut a hole within the mirror, not the mirror, into the window, and then turns it off that way manually. And it gets in, and then has to break it, and spinning and all this shit. He's obviously Bruce Wayne Batman, so he's going to keep it under control. But when Alfred's like, so how was the ride? Like, when he got back, he's like, some twists and turns. I just knew deep down Bruce was so fucking pissed, and probably like trying to lower down his adrenaline, because literally he almost died, because the car was about to slam into a wall when he finally stopped it. And the way it was spinning, I'm like, my God, like, this is brutal. And it's crazy because she had no idea she was doing any of this stuff. That was the most craziest part. So she goes back, and then she uses the remote batarang to get the statue, which has no real meaning. It's actually within the statue is what's really important in terms of the mini disc. Really interesting to see that was a mini disc, but anyways. So the guy calls upon the Dragon's Fang. These ninjas, these assassins, I'm guessing. They're ninjas. They fucking show up. And there's a really cool fight that ensues, because Batman, of course, tracks a remote batarang, shows up. A batarang. Hey, fucking talk. Batarang. Can you fucking talk today? My God, somebody take me out back. Anyways, so this fight ensues, and it was really fun to watch. Now, they were also showing too, at a point they're working together, but until they go into that scaffolding up top of the building, she's going back for the statue. And he's just fighting to get out of there, because but he's not leaving her behind, because see, he wanted the utility belt. She gave most of it back. She didn't give her the front facing camera, the plate on the center of it. So, but he doesn't. But the guy says, okay, well, you can leave now, because we got to get back to our business with her, this Catwoman. And he's like, no, she leaves with me. So he's still like, he's not, even though she did all this shit, she did all this crazy stuff, like, without really knowing, destroying part of the Batcave, sending the Batmobile through Gotham, he's not going to let her just stay around. He's not going to leave her. But eventually they actually work together, because eventually they have to work together to get out. And I'm thinking, okay, so she has a choice, because literally he's hanging on a scaffolding, Batman is. Guy pulls out a sword. She's standing above him on the scaffolding, and there's a window behind her, which implying this is a choice. Stay and help him get out, or you can leave. You can leave him behind. Obviously, she's not going to make the secondary choice. She's not going to leave him behind. But it's a moral decision, because up to this point, it's all been about herself. And even the guy who, and I forget his name, apologies, but the guy was saying how, I was like, so what family hired you to come steal the statue or whatever? She's like, family? She's like, she actually put it down. It's like, you keep it. Like, she doesn't want no involvement. It's like, no one hired me to do this. Like, there's no family that asked for me to come steal this. I don't even know how she even got the information to go steal it. Like, knowing that it exists or whatever, I have no idea. But there's no involvement with that. But she makes a decision to slam in the decision of slamming in the bag, slamming the statue on that guy's head. I don't know if that killed him. Maybe it did. But anyways, there's the disc. And then that causes all these people to get arrested and this whole thing. And then that's what they say. Yep, Batman and Catwoman, they're working together as vigilantes taking down criminals. And we're just like, ugh. And I like the line from Alfred, and I don't know if I'll keep in the reaction or not, but him saying, this is not what I meant when I said you should meet women with similar interests as you, Bruce. Like, this is similar interest in the sense of that they're both dressing up as animals and stuff and running around Gotham and stuff, but that's not what he meant. And I get Alfred's point, because I think Alfred still wants Bruce to hang it up. I don't know. I feel like at a certain point he's going to change his tune, but right now he's like, I feel like, because maybe Alfred's thinking like, this is probably too much on Bruce, because that's all all that Bruce does is just detective work and being Batman. That's all he does. Like, he doesn't do anything else, really. So maybe Alfred will have to just learn to accept it, or maybe there was something that will happen that will cause him to further understand why Bruce has to do this. But yeah, so really fun episode. Like the design of Catwoman, and I'm curious to see where she pops up next. So yeah, pretty fun stuff. So what do you guys think of episode 4 of the Batman, but the Cat and the Bat? What do you think of the episode, guys? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Sorry for all the flubs and shit. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I seriously need sleep. Anyways, I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.